Hey, hello, and welcome to the Canyons Are Calling podcast. I'm Cheryl Jocelyn, your host for the show. So, first of all, I really want to apologize for the delay in the last couple of episodes. My life took a little turn when my grandkids moved across the country, and I was able to just take a road trip out there and deliver some of their toys and see where they're living and do some hiking with them, and it was awesome. So on the plane ride home, I was able to edit a few episodes, and I'm going to be moving forward releasing on the 1st and the 15th again. So with that being said, if you have an idea for this show, please reach out to me at thecanyonsarecalling@gmail.com. If you have a story that you want to share, or if you have an idea of somebody that you want to get on the show, I always love to hear guest ideas. And this podcast would not have become as awesome as it has been without the ideas and the inspiration and stories from other people. So please reach out to me and we'll get your story on the show. If you would like to support me on Patreon, I would not be able to do this without my Patreon help. I would not be able to buy the sound equipment that I'm using today or support some of the things that I do. And if you would like to do that, that is The Canyons Are Calling at patreon.com or patreon.com/The Canyons Are Calling. I got that backwards. Also, I do also now accept donations via PayPal and Venmo. So I will have links to those in the show notes as well. I also just linked up with Rumple, which if you have not checked out their outdoor blankets, they are incredible. I'm the type of person that does not like a sleeping bag. I prefer the quilt, and they are super cozy. So I'm excited to check out their new hemp blanket. Anyway, I'm going to have a link to the affiliate in that. I'm not really going to do a ton of super advertising because I hate listening to that. But if you like Rumple, if you don't know what they are and you're looking for a cozy camp quilt or a great Christmas gift for somebody, check them out. Anyway, on with the show today. I ran into Matthew and Reef when we were in the Ouray Canyoneering Festival, and I was blown away that Reef was out there. He's 11 years old. He's rappelling waterfalls like a badass, and I just thought it was really great, and I love to see kids outside doing this sport, and I just want to encourage it. And so I talked to them at the festival, and I was finally able to schedule a time when we could both, or all three of us, sit down and talk about canyoneering and what it's like as an 11-year-old to go through canyons, and what it's like as a father and a guide to teach your kids how to canyon and navigate through these awesome environments. So I'm going to stop rambling on. I hope you enjoy this episode with Mateo and Reef. Hey, so today we have with us Reef McArthur and Matthew McArthur. It's actually Jordan Reef McArthur. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, doing great.
Awesome. So, Jordan, tell us a little bit about you and how you got into the outdoors, starting with like how old you are and what grade you're in.
So when the first time that I went canyoning was with my dad, and I think I was still in second grade. He took me outside and we rappelled some canyons and stuff.
Yeah, we practiced in our house on the stairs first for a little bit.
Oh, that's a good place to practice.
Yeah,
I've practiced in trees before, but not on stairs. That's a great idea.
It was good. And then we have a balcony there, and we actually got to do some
more vertical,
like free hanging. Yeah, just to kind of get a feel for the rope.
Yeah.
We did that often, actually.
Okay, Dad. So how, as a dad, are you getting your 10-year-old to free hang off of your balcony?
He was already interested in it before I ever proposed it.
How did you get into the outdoors?
Definitely always had energy, always been gung-ho about anything. And I've just found ways to try to make it safer, and as a canyoning guide for many years and being involved in rec for many years, that was easy. I already had stuff. Yeah, we definitely climbed a lot of trees and rappelled off a lot of things that weren't canyon related. And kind of by the time he got to the canyon, I think he was comfortable with it, like with what we were doing.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah, I think you were 6.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
So have you always lived a pretty outdoorsy life since you were a little kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He started surfing at 4.
Wow.
From the first day, he was like better than I was in my first 2 years. So, and then by the time we got to the canyons, very wet environment, deep pools and slides and jumps, opposed to lots of rappels. There were some. He was already comfortable in the water, and I thought, you know, if he's comfortable with the rope in the water, well, he's going to be a good canyoner.
Right. And we also got to backtrack because you guys are in Colorado. So you're doing Class C canyons with Reef, not the regular Utah dry canyons.
Regular you.
You guys are doing flowing waterfalls and crazy stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what we're used to. I've explored a little bit into the like Colorado National Monument, which would be similar to dry canyoneering that you would have in Utah. Probably not as technical, no slots, but definitely different techniques you guys use than what we do here in like Alpine Class Cs for sure.
Yeah, I remember running into you guys in Ouray, and I was blown away that you had your little kid, and it was just you two in the canyon until our group showed up.
Yeah,
it was really, really cool to see you guys interacting and teaching him how to do this stuff. So,
actually, that one spot at Angel right there is you can put an ascent on the side and just run that over and over again to your kind of comfortable and
and just keep doing that one rappel over and over.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
Yeah, so it's kind of a nice little training area.
Mm-hmm. So. I see that now. It's a fun short little canyon.
Yeah, for sure.
That was fun to meet Reef there. So Reef, what are some of your favorite canyons?
I would probably say the Angel. Or the one that we went to in my first one in the Dominican.
Yes.
Yeah.
First one in the Dominican, we did, it's called the Magic Mushroom.
Okay. There's a lot of mushrooms on the cliff.
But it's called that. There's a giant dome-shaped waterfall that you rappel down to an edge, unhook, and have about a 15-foot jump into about 30 feet of water. I'll send you some photos.
Yeah, I do. It sounds incredible.
It is pretty incredible. Affectionately known as the Magic Mushroom. So that was the first one I took him on when he was saying like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So you're 11 now. We forgot to mention that. So you've been into it 5 years.
It was either like 5 years ago or 4 years ago.
How do you feel like it impacts your life? Do you enjoy it?
Yes, very much.
Do you help your dad plan the trips at all?
He's helped me pack. I also go and do a lot of stuff that he's just not ready for.
Right. I noticed that you were carrying quite a bit of weight. You had your own rope and your own backpack in there. That's pretty awesome.
Trying to get him used to that.
Right.
That each canyon is their own, and no matter what happens, if you have rope, you get out of a canyon. So, at least the idea of what we carry, even if
I remember your dad had one rule for you. It was you could not rappel without him, right?
But no, it wasn't rappel. What was the word I actually used?
Continuity?
Now you're making up words.
I don't know.
Descend.
Oh.
He took it as rappel.
Gotcha. Descend. Because I was going to say it was the down climbing part of that, because you did a pretty sketchy down climb.
Well, the first one we didn't really rappel down it. I just jumped into the water. Almost got sick.
Yeah, and then you down climbed that second rappel.
Yeah.
But
you had some help, teamwork, right?
Yes.
How did Dad feel about that after?
A little bit proud.
Yeah,
Mostly.
mostly proud.
Right.
Yeah.
Your kid's pretty badass, I'm gonna say. Watching him throughout the canyon was pretty great.
I agree. He's definitely pays attention, which is, I find important, and he knows what's dangerous, or at least recognizes it, So I think, I don't want people to be overly cautious in the canyon. Put a bit of caution, I think, helps you and everyone around you.
Right. For sure. So what was it like for you to start getting, well, you're a guide, so you already had experience in teaching children and families and things.
Yeah. And
Um,
we've done a lot of outdoor stuff together, a lot of kayaking. I also ran kayak trips.
But usually on the weekends, you wouldn't do kayaking trips. You would take other people canyoning.
It was a more popular weekend sport. That's true.
yeah. What was it like for you when your dad was taking other families canyoneering and not you?
I was actually
Were you just like doing other things with your mom and your friends and you didn't care? That's awesome.
We lived right across the street from the beach in the Dominican Republic.
yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So he would go
Surfing.
surfing, boogie boarding,
Well, that was the first thing in the morning that we did.
Yeah, we did go.
So we would catch like 3 waves and then we'd go back home. And then you would go canyoneering with the other people and I would go to school.
Yeah. He got the bum deal. He had to go to school.
A pretty epic life, though. You could go surfing before you go to school and then go canyoneering on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
What was it like to move to Colorado?
It was actually kind of hard because I got to move away from all my friends. But there's at least good canyons here.
Are you making new friends?
Redemption? I'm like feeling it. Yeah, I guess we should probably mention that we live 45 minutes from Ouray, in Montrose now. So yeah, there's pretty epic canyons here. And I don't see before too long he can't do some of the really big stuff, which I'm stoked as a dad and as a canyoner to be like, sweet.
Right. Watch him progress. It'll be really cool.
I do some first ascent stuff here, which obviously he can't go on yet because
Young?
Well, I even find it sketchy from time to time.
Right.
Was the last time you broke your bone?
My finger. Well, that was making sure someone didn't break their back. It was a good trade.
Oh, definitely. Broken finger over broken back is a good trade.
Yeah. So, but no, I think it's I feel as much as Utah has been explored, Colorado in a way it really hasn't, just because the American approach to canyoning has been the opposite of the rest of the world, where there's just not a lot of Utahs in the world, and the other ones are like Saudi Arabia and places you're not frequenting and harder to get to. So like the dry technique that most Americans are exposed to first is not European or New Zealand and Australia and Indonesia and Thailand, all the places people get wet, Class C,
Italy, all of them are.
But, yeah, so it's been interesting here as well that we kind of came into an environment that I still don't think you raise all that traffic for canyons for. No,
and I've only been there when it's like the festival, so I know that I'm there at the most busy time.
Yeah, that would be, for sure.
Like 100 people there just for canyons. But yeah, I feel like, and even with Ira just exploring all of the San Juans and putting that new book out with all of those new canyons, like there's so much Pagrosa Springs, and they're exploring by Crested Butte and just everywhere, that whole area. So,
yeah, I've been with Ira a couple times, and that's a completely different world. The exploring is, I feel like a beginner in a way. It's just like, wow, there's no bolts, there's no slings, there's, he is amazing at the amount of research he does and figuring out So when we get there, it's not a giant surprise, but it's still a surprise.
Right. Yeah, that would be really cool to go on an expedition with him.
Yeah.
Some little stuff here in Utah, but yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome to open like with the Pacific Northwest too in California so that everybody can like spread out so that Utah's not so inundated, right?
Right. Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really exciting as the sport grows and as the regions grow.
I think so too. It's kind of an interesting time for American canyoning. We're realizing how much it's just unexplored.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neat for sure.
Yeah. So Reef, do you have any friends that go canyoneering
No.
from school? Do they know what you do when you go out? Do you show them pictures? No.
It's kind of his and I thing. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed now that he's getting older to take some friends. When he was young, I was like, no.
Right. I want to be responsible for their life.
I'm not being the kid that tries to kill himself at our house. Like,
I mean, I tell my friends about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't show them pictures because I don't have a phone or any of that stuff.
Kind of a low-tech fan.
That's true. I mean, that's good though, because technology kind of sucks way too much of your time, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Hence, what did you do today that you were out of school?
Technology technicians.
Technology technicians.
Yeah, typing.com.
Typing.com. What else?
Code.org.
Code.org. What else?
Gaming.
Yeah. So
Some of them sounded a little like they were learning while they were playing, though.
yeah, I think that's kind of what parents is kind of. You can't say no to all of it and just go outside. Like that's how I was raised. Like there's daylight, just get out of here.
Right.
You know they have to. But he's interested in coding and
Yeah, because I got an A in tech.
Got an A in tech.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's the world we live in now. You got to do well with computers and stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to show him it's a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I don't do social media anymore. I just found it exhausting. I miss certain aspects of it for sure because I had so many friends, especially in canyoning, and the photos and I know they're posting on Instagram. I just found it. I guess I was in it before there was advertising and you're just flipping through and seeing cool stuff, what people are doing. And now it's like, I just feel like I'm being inundated by all this. I can't see what I want to see. And by the time I get to them, I'm exhausted of flipping through it.
Yeah. So. I've definitely taken it off my home screen and spend less time.
Yeah.
I try to just do the podcasting and then not personal stuff because, it's just too much time.
Too much. But
can't get it back. There's so much to explore and see.
Right. But it is a tool, and I think that's a good way to view it. So
yep. I definitely do research and information from there for sure. But it's good and bad.
Yeah. Double-edged sword.
Anyway, we're here to talk canyons, not social media.
Oh, that's true.
Reef, what are some of your favorite canyons?
The only two.
Have you been to Magic Mushroom, Portland Creek, and Angel?
I've been to the
Portland's the one.
Oh yeah.
We did the 60-foot rappel.
Yeah, I think my favorite one was the Angel.
You selected Angel there.
Awesome. How do you feel like it has changed your life as a person?
Well, I think getting like a little outdoorsy and getting wet and canyoneering, rappelling and stuff is actually changing my life too.
How?
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. Do you look forward to it? Yeah. Nice.
Heat of the summer.
What would you say to other kids that want to get into the sport?
I would say to them to actually do it and tell your parents to join in too. Find a guide and do it. Like do like the Angel.
What if they get scared while they're on a rappel? What advice would you give them?
Just don't think about it.
How do you not think about it? Like when you're on the rope and you're looking down and the water's flowing next to you and you're super nervous, like how do you not think about it?
Think about a time that you didn't get scared.
That's pretty good advice.
So like imagine you got like a award ceremony, and then for like say PE for doing more exercise, imagine doing that, but it's rappelling in canyoneering.
So like I'm gonna get the award for bravery because I'm doing this in this canyon.
No, you're getting the award for canyoneering and rappelling.
Gotcha.
It's a little bit of like mindset.
Yeah.
He approaches everything with I don't know, he just kind of clears his mind, and I could see it in his face that he's just like, okay. I'm like, oh, he's gonna get nervous. No, he didn't get nervous. But then he'll get down and be like, I just did that. I'm like, yeah.
Do you have like breathing techniques that you do? Like take a deep breath in or like focus on anything? Just clear your mind. Focus on the award.
Well, yeah, and I also do this.
Can you hear him? Here, you might have to go close to the microphone. Like a dog.
Oh, kind of like the breath of fire or whatever. Like
a dog smelling another dog's butt.
Nice. I like it. Those are some techniques that I use when I get nervous too, for sure. I don't know if I do the dog butt smelling. I definitely do some deep breaths and try to focus on some not being scared, for sure. That's great, guys. So do you have any advice for parents that want to get their kids into the sport, Matthew?
I think definitely, as a former guide, I think definitely, even if you're a rec canyoner, do a guided trip, which I've done with some of the people that I've been rec with, and when I guided, they bring their kids and they'll just go on a guided commercial trip because it's just it's not the techniques, because we all have similar techniques, or our techniques are the same. It's just that even when I went through my instructorship training and guide training, very little technique. It was all how to teach, how to guide, a lot of psychology about scared and what to look for and how to overcome, help them overcome it. Like they have to overcome it. It's a self-realization. But I think if a parent's interested, no matter what their level is, just doing some beginner commercial trips. And, I also talk to parents a lot about like, hey, if you want to continue doing this, like, here's my number, here's my email, answer any question you got. I think what's cool about canyoning is that in the community is, I don't feel like we're like, oh, this is my guarded technique and you shall never know it. It's
right.
all about sharing. And
right. Most people are trying to build each other up and share information and work together as a community and as a team, for sure. Yeah.
So I think we all have that similar mentality, and definitely would share anything or ask me a question. It's all good.
Yeah. I also feel like kids are totally different without their parents around. Like I've guided trips where it's families, and then I've also guided trips where it's just the kids while the parents are on a different adventure. And maybe sometimes of those adventures where if the kid's like really wanting to get into that, just because it kind of empowers the kids, and then they learn more in a different way, kind of. Like, what is your thoughts on that?
Oh, for sure. I've actually paid people to teach him things that I used to instruct.
Yeah. I know my daughter, like for math and, school stuff, like she would not learn from me at all. Canyoneering, she's like not even into it. So couldn't take her. I'm hoping to get my grandkids into it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like kids just learn differently from people that are not their parents.
for sure.
It's just a different
Yeah.
level, I think.
And I probably took a different approach bringing him in. I probably stopped, like, just put my like guide hat on and took the dad hat off.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that helps too, because, you know, you're always telling them what to do. I'm always telling them what to do. Like, no, don't wear those clothes. We're going to go do this. Put this nice, you know, here's this. It's time to take a bath, take the garbage out. And then it's like, you know, do this like on the rappel in the canyon. I'm like, well, like, let me stop being dad and be more like, guys, that's how we do this. Like, that's what I was always trying to do in a canyon. Not like, I'm going to do everything for you. No. Like, here's how we do this. Here's how you do that. Oh, don't forget, put your hand here, you know, things like that. So take that approach and then actually take that and bring it back into fatherhood instead of telling him what to do. Be more of his like guide to manhood.
Right. Right. And also when you're using these as like fun adventures and bonding adventures with like just you and him, I feel like that's going to really impact his life too when he looks back and remembers those adventures.
Yeah, for sure. And then we also have Logan River, who is just turned 5.
Yeah, on September 23rd.
Yeah, just turned 5. So he actually wanted to come to the podcast. I was like, maybe next time, buddy.
Right.
But I also
get into the canyon soon.
You know, I think so. I think Jordan was 7 when we started, and that'll be 2 years from now. That will make him 13 and having a good, you know, 6 seasons in a canyon, even if they're all the same, because we're just going to be taking him to that. Then like, okay, now I have 2 people. I've also talked to Caden at Canyoning, Colorado, when he does courses, that since we're local, you know, that when times be to, you know, go through a rec class or whatever he has going, then that way there's 2 of us watching another little guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So
the more eyes on the little ones you have, I think the better, especially the younger they are.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the youngest kid you've ever taken out in a canyon?
I think, but yeah, there's you, but I think 8, and that was in the Dominican Republic. The parents were pretty persistent, and the problem was like it's a super wet environment, like swim outs, and you know you're submerged, and I just didn't have, you know, it's tropics, but you're at 3,000 feet in 65-degree water that's canopy covered in shade.
Yeah,
it's like they're gonna freeze, and they're fine. And biggest issue was they're just shaking like a leaf. Yeah.
At that point, it might not even be fun for the kid. Like they're miserable.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of outdoor stuff with kids and a lot different chapters of my life. And what I always remember is like kids get colder faster, hotter faster, hungrier faster, thirsty faster, bored faster.
Tired, right? Everything.
Bored, tired, yeah. So like it's just important to be prepared for all those.
And make time for that and space for it, for sure.
Yeah. So
like yesterday when I was thirsty, and like when I was getting hungry, thirsty, like really angry, and then bored.
Yeah, you had the trifecta going on at the same time. But I mean, I think that's like any parent that's going to take any kid in the outdoors, whether it's just like camping or a hike, or it doesn't have to be anything super high adventure. It's just that those 5 things are going to have to be prepared for them.
Right. It's just life.
Yeah.
And
I mean, in his backpack, a lot of it was snacks that he carries.
What do you carry?
Snacks, canyon snacks.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're important.
They're important. Heck yeah. Especially in the wet, cold canyons. We've taken pizza in the canyon. We have.
And then just shove it into the microwave.
Microwave? What are you talking about?
Like an affordable microwave.
You can make a hot pocket in a canyon.
Well, we actually have taken a hot pocket into the canyon.
Yeah, we've taken cold pizza, leftovers.
Burritos like on a 100-degree day, where like by the time you get up the approach, it's
Yeah, they're good to go.
Yeah, but just so you know, cold hot pockets are not the best.
No.
yeah. One time with my burritos, it wasn't as hot as it had been. It was like maybe a 70-degree day instead of a 100-degree day. So my burrito was still a little frozen in the middle, and it was not as good.
No, it does not sound
like.
But you still ate it.
What?
I mean, I had to. It was when I was vegetarian, so it was a vegetarian burrito, just bean and cheese, so whatever. But you know. So speaking of food, what's your favorite in Kenyan snack?
I know what it is. Beef jerky. Yeah.
It's beef jerky.
Yeah.
It's jerky, but it's beef.
Yeah.
But why do they call it beef jerky when it's not even beef? Sometimes it's like deer.
Us. Yeah, deer and elk's kind of a Colorado thing. I don't think
Deer jerky.
I haven't been in Utah too some places, but they'll have like deer jerky, elk jerky, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like if you get a hunter that makes it from, good call. How about what's your favorite after Canyon beverage?
beverage.
Your drink.
Yeah.
Minute Maid.
Minute Maid.
The lemonades?
Apple juice. Apple. Oh, I really like the lemonade actually.
They have a bunch of different juices, right? Apple, cranberry, orange, all that stuff.
Great. The Minute Maid, yeah.
Nice. How about you, Matthew? What's your favorite after Canyon beverage?
Beer.
Minute Maid.
Yeah.
Minute Maid's better. You won't get drunk.
It's true.
So you won't get drunk faster.
Well, I usually just have after the
You
game.
usually have berry beer.
Berry beer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
Inside joke, sorry.
Great. Is there a central piece of gear that you always carry with you?
helmet.
I like that.
Yeah. And then we put those cow's tails to use for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm quick on putting up a hand line and getting them strapped to it, then I could rig or also I think you probably saw my top belay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of that is, well, one, it's just usually us. We don't have the luxury of other people. And then if there are other people, because we'll go out with the Ouray Canyoning Club and things like that sometimes, is that I don't want to put, like, I don't want someone to have to do the fireman bottom belay, like, and put the responsibility of my child. And
Right.
I don't want to even ask anybody. It's easier to top belay and just
Yeah.
fall on me. And then also with the top belay, I have him 100%, where even with, there's no slipping, even with the bottom belay, you can fall a couple of
right.
you get caught where, if his hand comes off, safety, and it's like, oh, I still got you, but let's.
Right. Think about what happened there and what if I didn't.
We've had a couple where
Lessons.
down and I was like, what happened there? And he's like, I'll let go of the rope. I'm like, yeah. Like, I just, you recognize it, and that's the important part for right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. Top plays are very important for teaching, for sure. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
I'm gonna premise this because I know what he's gonna say. Someplace new you've never been.
Oh. Russia?
I'm gonna go to Russia. No. Okay.
Russia has bad men.
He's been watching Stranger Things. Go ahead.
My gosh, that's a great series.
Yeah.
Season 4 is now not the best.
We binge watched the whole thing.
Asia? Because I want to go to China.
Okay.
Trip to China sounds nice.
All right.
I hear they have amazing canyons in Japan and Taiwan. So
I've heard
should
too.
be- it should
I-
be-
That's just that they're a little risky.
Yeah, I would say especially Taiwan looks amazing. I've seen some stuff from there, and then
I'd probably
Japan has actually like I think some commercial guiding.
the reason I want to
So-
go to China is because they have really good ramen and dumplings.
Ramen and dumplings.
I was gonna say they have amazing food too. So aside from those canyons, the food has got to be epic, right?
The clock
Mhm.
turn when the yellow clock turn. Trip to China sounds nice.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, do you have any safety advice you'd like to leave our listeners with before we say goodbye today?
Stay with the helmet. Keep a helmet in your backpack, even if your parents say no. Shove it in there secretly, even if you go to school.
No parent ever.
You wear your helmet to
Don't
school.
wear a helmet, you.
Even if your parents know that you can't take your helmet to school, still bring it with you. Bring it everywhere. Bring it on.
You never know, an adventure might just happen upon itself and need it.
Yeah.
All right, that'll work.
I like the way you're thinking there. There's so many times I'm in my car without my helmet.
Always bring a helmet, kids.
I love it. How about you, Matthew?
He's like whispering in helmet. Advice.
If there's something worth protecting, you should protect it.
Head.
Yeah, for sure.
Helmet.
Check the weather.
Yeah.
Always check the weather.
And if it's snowing,
So-
don't go because
Um,
as soon as you rappel down the waterfall, you're gonna hit solid ice.
That's right. I guess. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit more time. We do ice canyoning here in Ouray in the winter sometimes.
Wow. I've heard of the ice climbing, but I haven't
Same
done it.
thing, except for like.
Right, you're going down. So I don't climb.
same-
So it's
yeah,
like I want to go to
yeah.
climb, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
I can do some-
it's climbing. It's just I don't know. It's not as fun as rappelling.
it's the same view every day. With canyoneering, you're like change the view every corner. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, actually, the canyons in Ouray were established by ice climbers before they were anyone descending them. So,
My face red.
that's really cool.
yeah, it's a very interesting approach to canyoning as well.
Oh, and if you ever come across like a really cool crystal in the canyon, you should probably take it for memory, because you never might know when you might not go back to that canyon.
I do take a lot of rocks out of canyons, although I'm trying to not as much.
Take the gold.
Yeah, he found some gold
That's my in canyon name is rocks.
rocks.
I found some gold last time. Actually. Did I?
I think I found some pyrite when I was there last time. I brought home.
It might be pyrite. I don't know.
I found shiny
Oh my grandkids, it's gold.
I found
We'll
either
go with
gold or
gold.
silver.
We'll go
I'm
with
gonna
that.
start writing where I bring the rocks from, so that if people find my collection when I'm gone, then they can like go back to those places or something.
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
But and I can remember where they're coming from too when I see them, because I have a lot of rocks.
Rocks.
We have a lot of that.
No, we're not kidding. We have the whole living room table. It's filled with rocks.
Yeah.
The back table.
I have my windowsills. I have them in my plants. I have my whole.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Well, wealthy growth plant Sir Pizza. And that's literally his name. He's like a jungle but for ants.
Awesome. All right. Well, I feel like the canyons are calling.
Okay, sounds
should
great. Charles, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Isn't he just so cute? I love encouraging kids to get out in the canyons. If you would like to reach out to Mateo and Reef, I will have a link to their email in the show notes. I'm also going to have links to the Facebook page and the Instagram page. I'm way more active on Facebook, so if you want to join the group there, that's where I post the most information because it's the easiest for me. But I also try to update Instagram from time to time. If you go to the website, that's way outdated. So the website, you can get beer glasses, stickers, and dog tug toys and rope stuff, but you cannot listen to episodes. I encourage you to listen to episodes on Spotify, Apple, it's on Google, it's on Amazon, it's on so many places. But I'm way behind on my website. I need to get better at that. So if you're looking for a cool Christmas gift for Canyon Year, the beer glasses are awesome. The stickers are great. And that all helps support me and the show. Also, you can donate on Patreon, on Venmo, on PayPal, etc. I don't think ever get easier asking for donations, but I really appreciate every penny that has been donated for this show. It really makes my heart happy and encourages me to look for more wonderful content to share with you guys and more stories. The canyons are calling. Let's go.